Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at thrash metal masters Testament and their brand new album, first one in 4 years, called Titans of Creation. This album here took 4 long years for them to make following Brotherhood of the Snake. But in my opinion, it's definitely well worth the wait here. I think it's a great album. We'll get into that in just a moment. Now, Testament started off in 1983 under the name Legacy as part of the California Bay Area movement of thrash metal bands. And also, interestingly, Steve Souza, who's the lead singer of Exodus, was their original lead vocalist before Chuck Billy came in time to record their first album called The Legacy, named after their original band name, now becoming the title of their first album there. He, along with Eric Peterson, their guitar player, the only two members who've been in every lineup of the group and recorded on every album. Their commercial peak came in 1992 with The Ritual, and the single off of here, Return to Serenity, which actually got a lot of radio play and was kind of a strange thing at the time for a thrash metal band to be getting radio play, but they did. And then following the release of The Ritual and the changing musical tides and everything with grunge and stuff like that, Alex Skolnick left the band, and he did join Savatage for one album. The band Testament did continue on with various lineups and things over the years, ultimately reuniting in 2005 with their classic lineup. And then here we are now, 15 years later, with this release here, Titans of Creation. And as I said, it's their 13th studio album and a follow-up to Brotherhood of the Snake 2016. Unfortunately, 4 long years between it. Mixing this album is Andy Sneap, and I mention him because he's the current lead guitar player in Judas Priest, replacing Glenn Tipton. So, keep an eye out for him. And this is the first album that has a repeat lineup from the last album in quite some time. We've got Chuck Billy on vocals, Eric Peterson on guitar, Alex Skolnick on guitar, Steve DiGiorgio on bass, and Gene Hoglan on drums. And I think this is a really solid thrash metal effort here. It's solid all the way through. Chuck Billy is singing really amazing and doing some of his best vocals here. I actually like the vocals on this album better than I do on the last few albums. I think this one is really top notch. First track on the album, Children of the Next Level, opens the album in fine fashion, in my opinion, with really catchy riffs and some searing guitar solos on it. Track number 3, Dream Deceiver, it's my favorite track on the album. To me, it's straight out of the 80s, thrash, 101, just real classic stuff here. Track number 7, Symptoms, has some very intricate and impressive guitar work on it from Alex. Do check that one out. And another one, track number 12, Catacombs, it's a cinematic instrumental closing track on the album. I think it closes the album out very nicely here. But interestingly, I think this track easily could have been an opening intro to the album too. Just odd that they put it at the end of the album here. The bottom line is that I think this is some really solid work from these thrash metal veterans, and I think if you like classic 80s thrash, there's no one doing it better than Testament. So there you go. This is the front cover of the album, and there's the spine. You can see the back side of this there. I think they got some really great artwork. It's one of their better album covers in a long time, in my opinion. It's a Digipack, and it opens up. It's a trifold here. You can see the whole thing there, and I'll pop out the disc. And you can see the whole of everything. And then the booklet is in the side of this here, and it just slides right out. I'll show you the front of it there. And I like the way they do their art in this. There's a little bit more to it than just the straight, album art or band photos with the band members being integrated into these scenes of, space and the universe and things of that nature. I like that a lot better than just straight up band photos and stuff. And you can see how they've worked it in with the lyrics and things. So, it makes it a little more interesting. There's a great one of Alex Skolnick. Right. More. Right, there we go. Some more images, and then the end of that. thank yous and things on the last page of that. So there you go, Brand New Testament album, really worth checking out in my opinion. On a side note, with all this coronavirus stuff and everything that's going on, Chuck Billy and Steve DiGiorgio both tested positive for COVID-19 when they were returning from their latest tour. Now they have since recovered from it, and that's good news. But along with Will Carroll from Death Angel and Gary Holt of Exodus, who also tested positive, they were all on tour together from Europe doing a short promotion of this album here when that happened. So of course, well wishes go out to them and their families during this time. All right, I hope you enjoyed this album review, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.